In this video, I am going to talk about embedded styling. The embedded CSS means you are embedding the CSS rules or the styling rules in the HTML file. So in the HTML file, in the head section of your web page, you will use another HTML element or tag called style, and then you would put your CSS rules, the rules that we have seen in the previous video, where you have the selector, the attributes, and the color. You would put that CSS rule within the style tag. So the styles that you put in the embedded CSS within the style tag would be applied to the entire page document. For example, if you have an H1, if you have a rule for an H1 tag, say the color should be red, the background color should be blue, any H1 tag you have in your web page will have the same styling. If you want to override that, what was in the embedded, you can put the inline styling. Inline styling has the precedence over any other kind of styling, embedded or external. So the way to think about that is the styling that is nearest to the content has the precedence over the other styling which are far from the content. So the inline styling has the most precedence or most they get applied first, and then if there is if you didn't have inline styling and if you have embedded will get applied. So um, what you can do is in your web page you can go here. Once again, the style is the style tag is inside the head element. So it's not something that you want to show in your body of the web page. So the style tag is inside the head tag, like the title and any other tag. So here you have to put your styling instruction. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just take this internal styling off, okay, so that I can apply something similar to the external styling. So here you can see that in here you are going to follow the syntax rules. That is the selector. In our case, our selector would be an HTML tag, and then the curly bracket, and then you have the property value combination. Say background color should be red. So that is the embedded styling. You can have embedded styling and inline styling or an external styling all in one for an HTML file. That's perfectly all right. So this is the embedded styling. You are using the style HTML tag within the header tag, within the head tags, and then you are putting your rules, CSS rules in your within or inside that style tag. So let's save this and go ahead and look at our page. So you would see that it has the just to show you what's going on. Let me simply take this off, or maybe let me go ahead and add something else here to the body tag. I'm going to say that I'm going to make the fore color or the font color to be blue. All right. As I mentioned before, the rules can be separated by semicolon. So let me see what happens there. So the color, the font color, anything that you put in the web page would be of blue color. Just to make that point, here I'm going to put some information here. Hi, how are you? Something like that. Okay. And you would see that it would be in blue color. So whatever you put in the body tag will have that information. So if you want to um, override something that you have, you can have the inline styling. So if you want this H1 tag to have some other for color, so if I say color, I want it to be white, then if I save it, and now you can see that it is white. So even though we said everything should be blue, the foreground, but if you have something inline, that will override what you have in the embedded. So the nearest um, coloring rule or the styling rule has the precedence over others. So that's another thing you have. Here, if I want, I can have other rules. Say in my in my page, I have an H2 tag that says my name is, I know, something like that, H2 tag. All right. I can put a styling for that. I can say that H2, that is my selector, and I can say that the H2's color should be um, black, and background color should be white. All right. So I will save that, and let's see how it gets applied. So the background color is white and the foreground color is black, and that's exactly what you wanted. So that is the embedded styling. Embedded styling means you are putting all the styling information that would get applied to all the tags, say all the H2 tag in the style. Just to make that point, I'm going to put an H2 here. Maybe I'm going to put this one under H2 and see how the color changes or the styling changes to match what we have in H2. If you look here, here it says how are you, hi, how are you, but I'm putting that under H2, so the H2 color rules that you put here should get applied. So the H2 color. So I'm going to save it, and I'm going to, so you can see that these two. So in embedded styling, you can have the styling for the whole web page. And if there are inline corresponding to any element that is specified in embed, the inline have the precedence over it. So that is the embedded styling for web pages.